Tahoe. I'm here today to announce that I have directed the Special Operations Civilian Leadership to report directly to me instead of through the current bureaucratic channels. This reform will immediately improve agility to the department and the command and will enable us to streamline information flow, enhance decision-making, and more adaptly and adeptly support our commanders and their superb soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines.
And you should be more astounded by the fact that our votes are counted in Germany and in Spain by a company owned by affiliates of Chavez and Maduro.
What we are really dealing with here and uncovering more by the day is the massive influence of communist money through Venezuela, Cuba, and likely China.
So what you have heard, I'm sure, in the fake newspapers tomorrow will be one of two things. Either there was not sufficient evidence that we've presented, or we spoke too long.
Hey everybody, it's Everett with Ohio for Freedom. The special ops just got a lot more special, and the Kracken is starting to crack. Pretty exciting. We're going to talk about it. Let's get started.
I hear the sweet sound of freedom, and I won't be long. I hear the sweet sound of freedom, and I won't be long.
Folks, this has been a very strong week. You may not realize it, but it has been a very strong week. We're going to talk about it. I've opened up with a clip from the new Secretary of Defense, Acting Secretary of Defense, Christopher Miller, talking about a move with special ops. We're going to spend some time on that. Then I played 3 clips from this explosive press conference with Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Jenna Ellis. And folks, those guys, the 3 that I just mentioned, they don't play to lose. Sidney Powell did not get the reputation that she has because she loses. She wins. Joe DeGenova was there. Victoria Tussing was there. We're going to talk about it. But I want to talk about this special ops because this is absolutely huge and it's encouraging. But real quick, I want to say thank you to everyone that has sent me information clips. I want you to know that we appreciate it. You can messenger it on Facebook, ohioforfreedom@gmail. I know it should be Proton. We're going to make that happen. And the show notes are already on the Ohio for Freedom website on the blog for today's date, 11/19. So let's talk about this special ops. And I'm not going to try to connect every single dot. Going to just try to paint a big, broad brush. But on Monday, and have you heard anybody talking about this? This is huge. On Monday, Chris Miller announced that special ops, special forces, now report directly to him. They now report directly to him. They created a separate division. And this vision for special ops was first espoused by John F. Kennedy. So he saw that vision a long, long time ago. And get this, the legislation to make this happen was passed over 3 years ago. But instead of it being acted on, the powers that shouldn't be, like Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark Milley, that just repressed it, they just tried to squash it. But the president, after the election, which he won, by the way, has made it happen. So the special forces, special ops, they do not report to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And why is that important? Well, just go back a few months. Remember in the summer when Antifa and all these crazy weirdos were about ready to take the city of Washington, D.C. apart, and President Trump wanted the army, wanted the military to protect our nation's capital. Mark Milley trots out to the camera, and he's so embarrassed. The president embarrassed him. The guy needs to be fired, and that may happen. But the good news is special ops do not report to General Mark Milley. They don't go through all that snaky, twisted quagmire of bureaucracy anymore. So this is very, very, very positive. And Once again, it makes them an independent branch of the military. Now, why that is so significant and how that could be used in the possibly near future, we're going to talk about. But I want to play a clip from the CNN network just to give you an idea how they're reacting to this announcement, and plus the fact that traitorous Mark Esper was fired. So let's play that clip, and then we'll talk about it.
That it's unsettling, that these are dictator-type moves. That's the kind of language we are hearing from people tonight here in the Pentagon. And one of the reasons is because there's just not a clear understanding of what the president intends to do next.
Ooh, dictator-like moves. Yeah, because he's cleaning the swamp. He's getting rid of the fat. He's getting rid of the snakes, the swamp creatures. What's he going to do next? I'll tell you what he's going to do next. What he's going to do next is not let this election get stolen. He's not going to let the communists take over. He's not going to let the country be run by China-controlled Joe Biden and AOC and Chuck Schumer and all the rest, and they just can't handle it. Now, let me just give you my 2 cents. A couple of ways that this could be very important and very strategic in perhaps and probably the near future. First of all, let me say, President Donald Trump is not going to steal the election and refuse to be removed from office. That's completely ridiculous. He won this election in a landslide, and that is going to be proven. All right? Once it is proven what is going to happen, the left is going to freak out. Now, as big a tragedy as the death of George Floyd was, that was just an excuse for all the rioting and looting and burning and cop killing and Trump supporter killing that went on. If they reacted that way, and by the way, if you remember, Kamala Harris said that, you know, and Antifa's not going to slow down. Well, guess what? Now we have special ops that, by extension, reporting directly to Acting Secretary Christopher Miller, they report directly to the president. So the next time Antifa wants to show up anywhere with their leftover bottle rockets from the 4th of July, I don't think that there's any sector of the special ops, special forces that are going to be intimidated by these wheezy, whiny Antifa types. And I want you to understand that anything that would break out anywhere, bam, special ops can be there at the president's command. Also, we've spent some time going over this executive order. Folks, I believe that some people are going to jail. And I just got a gut hunch. I think you're going to see some media people go to jail. And I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit because some of this was covered in that press conference. But let me just put a wrap. And again, I have the show notes in the blog on ohioforfreedom.com. But guys, this is absolutely huge because the go to war at any cost, stay in a war at any cost, that mentality is gone. Christopher Miller, he's bringing troops home. They want to get us out of this 20-year war in Afghanistan. They don't want our guys coming home blown up, cut up, post-traumatic, stressed forever for no reason. And President Trump is putting a stop to that. But this special ops report to the president, and when any uprising that may take place as that last demon that's being exorcised from the country is screaming and crying, we're going to be able to respond. And that, my friends, is a very positive thing.
Our goal here is to go around the Iron Curtain of censorship. That what publication are you with? It's to go around the outrageous Iron Curtain of censorship and get facts to the American people that if you were a fair and honest network, you'd have been reporting for the last 2 weeks.
That's probably as good a clip as any to give you an idea what the tone, what the mood of that press conference was. When I'm searching for a clip here and there that's like the highlight. It's really tough because it was so packed with so much information. It's like better than watching the Super Bowl. I mean, it really, really was. But the flip side of that, and I'm not going to go into all the specific things because it's a lot, and I had to pick and choose. I will say that Rudy Giuliani mostly talked about, I'll say, ground game stuff, mail-in ballots, not being able to observe at the polling places, etc. Sidney Powell talked mostly about the computer stuff with Dominion, with Smartmatic. But what's really disgusting is the way that the media, of course, is reacting to that. I did notice about 3/4 of the way through, there was a streak going down Rudy Giuliani's, actually on both cheeks. I think that he got hot. I think that he was sweating. I think there was a little bit of gray touch-up that smeared. Do you know anybody that ever touches up their gray? Do you touch up your gray? And this is what people call media today. Folks, this is not going away. And the very idea that you would treat with such joviality or treat it so trivially, these accusations. Hey, if it's proven that Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell are wrong, okay, but what we're really talking about here is treason.
This is stunning, heartbreaking, infuriating, and the most unpatriotic acts I can even imagine for people in this country to have participated in any way, shape, or form. And I want the American public to know right now that we will not be intimidated. American patriots are fed up with the corruption from the local level to the highest level of our government, and we are going to take this country back. We are not going to be intimidated. We are not going to back down. We are going to clean this mess up now. President Trump won by a landslide. We are going to prove it, and we are going to reclaim the United States of America for the people who vote for freedom.
I hope you can hear the passion in Sidney Powell's voice. I mean, she literally sounds to me choked up with passion for this country, and I appreciate Sidney Powell. And I want to ask you, please pray for Sidney Powell and pray for Rudy Giuliani. I did catch Rudy Giuliani on Hannity's program, and he was in the moment and sharp, but he's exhausted. These people are going around the clock, and who else do we have? These are patriots stepping up and using their amazing skills on our behalf. I mean, frankly, these people have better things to do. And I just want to touch on, I wanted to see how Tucker Carlson would react to that press conference. And he gave it, like we should take it, the press should at least take it seriously. And then he kind of made a big deal out of the fact that he had invited Sidney Powell on for an hour, and she didn't want to come on. Well, let me just add a couple of things here. First of all right, Sidney Powell, I think, is pretty smart for insisting that she play ball on her own court. She doesn't have to tap dance whenever Tucker Carlson or any other news host waves their little baton. Of course, Tucker Carlson would invite her onto his program. It would absolutely guarantee that he would have the #1 rated by far program that evening. But Sidney Powell is a former prosecutor. She's functioning like a prosecutor because the FBI, the DOJ, who knows what the heck they're doing. And prosecutors don't play all their cards before they get to court. They don't share all of the information about a case that is developing with the public. They just don't do that. And if she is talking about Dominion and she's talking about Smartmatic, you can't demonstrate computer forensics in cute little 1 minute, 2 minute, all got to fit within a 60-minute format, time period. So things that could be easily proven if you've got the time. Look, when you go to court, sometimes trials take like long time, days, weeks. So, and then the last thing is, when Sidney Powell really shares, probably in court for the first time, information, there's going to be people that are named. And there's going to be people that are named that are going to very quickly need to be arrested. And there's also going to be people that are named that are going to need to have a lot of security because there will be death threats. And some of that's already happened. So I hope that makes sense. If you can, please follow me on MeWe, Parler, Rumble, YouTube. I just got another one of these great fake Facebook fact checks. I'm getting tired of that, but we're going to move in stages. So appreciate all the comments. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you hate this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless you. God bless your wonderful family. God bless the state of Ohio. And God bless the United States of America.
I hear the sweet